it on here really quick because I promised a few beauties to show them how to use the pinching tool. So it's pretty late here, my jammies again, but I'm going to demonstrate on how to use the pinching tool. On this hand right here, this is the nail that I clipped down, that I talked about in my other video. I'm going to add a tip to this one, sculpted tip to match these. I filed these down with my e-file. I haven't filed these ones down yet, but I filed these down just to the bottom clear base. And all right, let's just jump into the video. Camera right. What I'm doing, see what I'm doing. All right, before I do anything though, see if I can lower this a little more. All right, I'm just going to, I'll demonstrate it on this hand right here. I'm just gonna push my cuticles back here. So I'm pretty much doing an infill right now. Don't pay attention to these. I took my crystals off, my little tiaras, so you know that they lasted. I took those off, and I'm gonna e-file these down next, but I wanted to hop on here and show you how to pinch your nails. And I'm only going to demonstrate how to pinch the sides. If I was sculpting these out, like if I sculpted this one out, I could pinch it to get, you know, that nice C curve, but I just want to show you when to pinch the nail. And this was, I used the Duo. It has the scraper and the cuticle pusher by Glitter Planet. Like I said, don't pay attention to these. I kind of took off the little crystal tiaras. And I'm using my little scraper tool that I absolutely love. And I'm just getting in all this little area here. Make sure I have all this dry skin and any acrylic that might be stuck against there. Scraping that out, because you always want to make sure your cuticles are pushed back. All that area is nice and clean. So I don't know if you can see, beauty. See all that stuff? And I've already e-filed, but see all that? I love this scraper tool, and I so hope Glitter Planet brings this one back. I love this. This is called the Duo, the scraper, and it has a scraper on either end. Love, love, love this tool. And I'm going to go in with the little cuticle nippers. Look at these cuticle nippers, beauties. Love, love, love these cuticle nippers. And I'm just going to nip away any of the dead skin. These are super sharp, and oh my gosh, they get the job done. There is no struggle with these nippers. I don't know how I've done nails this long without these amazing nippers. And I don't have much of anything, but I'm just making sure everything is nice and trim. There's no, you always want to get all that, any dead skin, or, you know, cut that cuticle away that's all dried up, that you've pushed back. One thing too is cutting the cuticles should never hurt. I had a beauty tell me one time that, you know, gosh, when I cut my cuticles, my cuticles are so sore. And I'm like, well, then you're cutting areas that you shouldn't be cutting. Because when you're cutting the cuticles and the dead skin around it, it's dead skin. So if you're hurt, if your cuticles are hurting when you're doing this, it's most likely that you are cutting areas that don't need to be cut. So we'll just put that back, and I want to go ahead and where's my primer? Where's my primer? I'm going to go in with 2 coats of primer, or 2 coats of primer. Oh my gosh, it's so late here, beauties. 1 coat of primer, 2 coats of Bond. And the primer literally is just dehydrating the nails, getting rid of, you don't want to get any of this on the skin. The primer is literally getting your nails, you know, getting them, I don't want to say dried up, but removing all that natural oils, priming them, because you don't want any oily nail surface. And then I'm going to go in with 2 coats of Bond. I always do 2 coats of Bond. And I know this video is supposed to be just about how to use the pinching tool, but I started the video too soon and realized I had not pushed my cuticles back, nor had I put my 1 coat of primer and 2 coats of Bond, and I never do a set without doing this. On really oily nail beds, I actually will go in after I have, you know, laid my acrylic, completed, you know, my glitter encapsulation, before I go in with the layer to cap it, I'll actually do another coat of Bond. Or if I'm going in with a gel polish, I will go and put a coat of Bond again, just to seal everything up, because the Bond is really just giving your nails, you know, kind of sealing everything up and giving the product you're about to put on it a really nice sticky layer. Not super sticky, but you know, something for it to adhere to. All right, so we got our lovely, I have 2 pinching tools, so we'll grab this one here. This is the pinching tool. You can see right there. It actually has on the other end of this, it has a little under the nail cleaner right there and a cuticle pusher. So you could use this for both cleaning under the nail and pushing back the cuticles. I don't know why I never do use that end. And it's, I mean, perfect for it. I'm going to do the Nail Mate Crystal Clear Acrylic. One thing whenever I do my sets, like I said, this hand looked like this hand. I like to always put, and you don't pay attention to where you're seeing the 2 tones here. I could have filed down a little bit more on this, because you could still see a little bit of white, but the design I'm going to do is going to cover this up. So I'm not going to waste my time filing that little bit off when it's going to be covered up. So, and I'm going in with my beautiful, it's got some dust on it, number 8 magic stick. And let's just demonstrate it on this finger right here. So I'm not going to pinch this nail to achieve a C curve. I pinch nails, well, I mean, you can pinch your nails to achieve a C curve, but that's not, I'm not going to get that, as I've already have sculpted these nails out from a previous set. If this was like when I do my pinky, I could squeeze it to where I can achieve a, you know, the C curve on there. But you can even see how nice and slim my fingernail is. So all the pinching tool creates, you'll see, I'll show you. All right, I'm sitting here talking about it. You're like, show us, show us. So let's get a little of this powder here. If it wants. Got my ball of acrylic right there. And I'm just doing an infill, so I'm going to go ahead and place my bead down. I'm trying to do it to where you beauties can see what I'm doing. I want you to see what I'm doing. So the whole purpose of this video is to show, you know, how to use the pinching tool and what exactly, you know, the pinching tool does for your set, for your client's set. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I pinch gel sets as well, as I'm not always using it to achieve a C-curve. I'm using it to tuck everything nice and tight onto, you know, nice and tight, and we want it nice, tight, and slim on the side walls there. That was a little bit bulky right there. I think it's the temperature in my house right now, because that one didn't spread too great, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's put another layer in. And what I'm going to show you right now with the pinching tool, beauties, I'm only doing this for the video purposes. Once you start pinching your nails, you're not going to have to do what I'm about to show you. You can just kind of eye the nail a little bit and lightly touch it and be able to tell, like, oh, time for pinching, you know. And I actually have 2 pinching tools, because I will have, you know, once you start, when you're working fast, I'll start pinching one finger, working on another, and then I'll move the pinching tool to the next, like, I'll have 2 pinchers when I'm doing a client. I can pinch 2 nails at one time, so I can work fast. And some people actually pinch with their fingers or clips, but I love the pinching tool. I don't think anything gets better than the pinching tool. I literally almost went to bed and I'm like, oh my gosh, I promised this video. And you know me, I'm going to keep my promise. Like, I promised, I promised, I promised. Okay, and I'll probably have to file this down a tad bit later. Let's put a little bit more clear on here. I'm not sure. I'll probably finish this set off tomorrow, because I was actually thinking about doing a rose quartz on these. I've been taking the courses, the classes that Lorna's offering. Not Your Average Nail Tech Academy. And I got the rose quartz down pretty good, so I thought, oh my gosh, I should do it on my nails when I do my infill. So I think I might do that, but I think I'll save it for tomorrow. Beauties, if you have not signed up for those courses, you need to sign up for the courses. She has one with inks, marbling, the rose quartz, 3D acrylic flowers, neon ombre. So, all right, I'm just going to close this up. This nail is not ready to pinch. If I put the pinching tool on this nail right now, it's going to mess up my, there's a hair in there. What the heck? I don't know what's in that nail. It's going to mess up the acrylic. 2 ways you can check to see if a nail is ready to be pinched. Like I said, once you get pinching down, you're not even going to have to do this, but you lightly touch the sides like this. Some techs actually put a little acrylic powder on their fingers before they do this, you know, because if it's really sticky, then, you know, your fingers aren't going to stick to it. I know this is about dry. So with the pinching tool, all you do is you take the pinching tool, you take it all the way down. Do you see how the pinching tool is all the way down there? And then I just lightly pinch it, lightly apply pressure, lightly apply pressure. And if you can see the way this pinching tool is on my nail right now, and it's very gentle pressure it's applying. And if you want to do it, let's say, you know, you went too bulky and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so bulky. Just apply light pressure right here and gently squeeze. Pinching shouldn't hurt. It should not hurt at all. Just gently squeeze. And like I said, don't pay attention to these fingernails. I took the stones off and I'm going to file them down and do a pretty infill. So it's pinching as this acrylic's about to dry. It's pinching everything nice, tight, and snug on the sides. Long, short nails, doesn't matter. It's tucking everything nice. You see how slim that is? There is no bulk right here. No bulk. No bulk. And it's not just for no bulk. It's actually, I mean, if you think about, you know, when guys pour concrete, they set forms, and the forms are, so when it's about to dry, it applies light pressure, so it sets the forms nice, tight in place, and then they remove the wood. The same thing as a pinching tool. If you were sculpting this set, like when I sculpt this tip out, I'm going to want, see, I don't know if you can see how these have, the camera's a little funny there. Do you see that little C curve in there? The C curve's in there because when I did this set, like I said, this isn't a fresh set. I'm doing an infill. I sculpted these and I did pinch them to have a light curve. The harder you pinch this, you know, if you were sculpting a nail, the harder you pinch this towards the tip, the more of a C curve that you are going to achieve. But I hope this helps explain pinching your nails, beauties. Like I said, you can always apply just light pressure, and all it does is tuck everything nice and tight at the side walls. Another thing too that's really good that I like to use a pinching tool for, it's not what it's made for. Let's say I was putting a tip on the nail right now. When you glue your tip on, you know, whether it be yourself or your client, you know, let's say you just put an easy tip on right here. Once you put the tip on, take these little pinchers and you pinch. You pinch the sides of the tip right here, and that helps hold and seal those little tip ends down. See, if this had a tip on it, you pinch it. And it'll glue, you know, you've already had your glue on there, you put the glue on there, and when you're pinching it, it's going to hold it nice and tight to the nail. You could even set it on gently that way if you wanted to. I do it all the time. Instead of sitting there and holding the sides down and hope they're secure, this makes sure when you put, like I said, you glue a tip on and you set these right to the tips, you know those sides of that tip is going to be on there nice and sealed tight because you just pinched it with this tool. So beauties, I hope that helps you understand the pinching tool, and I'll probably finish this set off tomorrow. It's pretty late here in the evening in California. Like I said, I'm thinking about doing a rose quartz. I'll probably finish this setup when I get back from the office tomorrow. But I wanted to hop on to show you how to use the beautiful pinching tool by Glitter Planet. So if you don't have your pinchers, get your pinchers, beauties, and have an amazing evening.